Welcome to the Board Game Snobs Podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Go. Hello and welcome. Good morning.
Salutations and greetings.
Hello, friends. It's your favorite podcast that includes talking about board games, but also talks about other things, the Board Game Snobs Podcast.
The bantering snobs.
This is Jerry.
This is Gaby.
And we thank you all for listening, especially those that chimed in on our logo.
Especially.
You were trying to spice up our logo a little bit.
It needs some pizzazz.
The old razzle-dazzle.
The old razzle-dazzle.
You know what I'm saying?
We need what was it doing? The bedazzled. It needs to be bedazzled.
It needs to be
somewhat.
bedazzled.
If only we could put some rhinestones on it, we'd be all right.
We would, but we're working on that.
Well, who did it?
That? Someone off Fiverr. I use Fiverr for a lot of things that I don't want to do.
Instagram, this dude pops up, bam! I'm a graphic design artist, and he's got all these logos. I'll do it yours for $30. So I start DMing him. I'm like, are you legit? I learned something.
What'd you learn?
Never just ask somebody if they're a scam. They will say no.
Are you sure this is not a scam?
I'm like, is this real?
No.
Is this legit? Yeah, we're legit. Sure. Here's
legit.
Here's our website. So I send him, I say, here's our logo, our OG logo. Just spice it up a little bit. And it's like, oh yeah, we'll have it to you in 3 to 4 days. I PayPal him my money, as any fool would do. And 2 weeks go by. Nothing. I start getting hot. No, I don't usually come at people.
You don't come at people. But you rush
but
this
online.
guy. Online. You're a keyboard.
Anonymously.
Keyboard warrior.
I'm a warrior. I said, sir, excuse me, sir. Don't make me write a strongly worded email to you. We would like to have our logo that you promised, a week and a half ago for $30.
And I read your emails. They were very strongly worded.
And nothing. He wouldn't respond until 3 days later.
You scared him.
And then he would say, it's on its way. It'll be there by the end of the day. I would wait by the mailbox for 2 days. Nothing. Then finally, I wrote another strongly worded email. Sir, excuse me. Apparently, you didn't sense the tone in my last one.
Don't mock me.
And he said, oh, yeah, here it is. He sent it to us, and it says esports.
Well, we were going to get into it. We could get into esports. I think.
Have you heard those announcers?
Yeah.
We could be announcers.
We could be announcers. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and email us on boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. This is a podcast about board games, mind you.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Sometimes.
Mostly.
And
No,
on
not
this
really.
podcast, we are going to talk about our experience at BGG Con 2019. But,
Hashtag
Huh?
BGCon.
yes, we're actually going to talk about your experience.
My experience.
We're going to talk about my top 5 next podcast.
Oh, well, you played a few more games than I did
I
because you
did.
got there
Earlier, and I stayed late.
later.
That's how I am. First one in, last one out.
I don't think I played as many games this time.
You didn't?
No,
But you played good ones.
Yeah, for the most part. There was only there was a few that bombed real bad, but for the most part, I played games that I liked.
If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see that one of our snobs fell asleep while playing Cooper Island.
That was literally the first game we decided to learn.
Yes.
We didn't really go into that on the last one
It was kind of rough.
because it was terrible. Oh, we just did say it was no. Enrique literally fell asleep during the teach. The guy was doing a fine job. It's a ridiculous game to learn. I just watched John Gets Games talk about Cooper Island.
I did watch John.
You
Gets
watched
Games.
it?
I saw John again there.
Yeah.
I talked to John.
He said he taught it.
He taught it, yeah.
And it was he's like, it's just too much. Basically, he said it's too much.
Yeah. And,
And it is.
And John, who gets games,
He gets them.
if he says it's too much,
I mean, it's literally the name of a show.
then you know it must be too much.
It's so Enrique falls asleep as this dude is teaching this game, and he's going on in detail about all the extra moves that aren't moves; they're free moves. You can do this, and
And
this,
those are
and this.
the worst types of moves, are free moves.
They are.
If I don't have to pay for a move, if I don't have to bust a move or pay for a move, I don't want to do the move. And here's what taught me. When I asked the guy who was teaching it, what's the scoring? How do you score? He says, it doesn't matter. Just play the game. We'll figure it out.
And also he said the theme. What's the theme? I don't know.
I don't really know. You're on the island, but you're not.
So he starts off, and it's torture. Not his teaching, the game.
He did a fine job.
And I'm sitting there, literally. I know I use that term loosely, but this time I mean it. Literally about to go out of my mind.
So much so that you faked a phone call from your wife and left me.
So I did the what's that? Oh no, my wife is here. And I left the table moments before Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. I've got a friend named Jeremy. He was also there.
Pearl Jam.
But then Jeremy, I got there before Jeremy spoke. And I pulled the trigger before you could.
Yes, I was about to say my insulin. I need to go up to the room and take my insulin.
You were going to pull an insulin joke. Not a joke. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke because insulin is a serious thing. If your pancreas doesn't produce it, you're in trouble.
Urine? You
Urine.
have urine trouble?
And you'll have sugar in your urine. And you don't ever want to have, want to have sweet urine.
No.
That will kill you.
So,
diabetic, keto, acidosis.
I left.
Yes, you did.
I left the game probably 45 minutes into the teach. I can't do it no more. I said, sorry, sir. I've got to go. My wife is here. And she was in my heart.
And you ran.
I left. I was about to go out of my mind with that game. I've never experienced that before. That was a first.
Really?
I've never sat in a game as it's being taught to me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've got to go.
So, seal of approval.
I mean, I'm sure some people would like it.
I'm sorry, everybody. It might be your thing. If you like torture.
It's got elements.
That
people might like.
But, yeah. Oh, so that game sucks. Oh, and this episode's brought to you by Bullet. This is one of my...
It's not bad. I watered it down. I put ice in it.
You got to ice it down. Bullet's a good whiskey. It's a good cheap whiskey. It's one of Bubba's standard...
what do you call cheap?
Oh, $20.
Hold on.
Yeah, $20. That's what I call cheap. Not high
That's
end.
not bad.
Anyways, so tell me about a good game. We know you didn't like Cooper Island, nor did I.
Well, real quick, Thursday. We never discussed Thursday. I told you about War Chest in our last podcast.
You did.
We played Eco's First Continent.
First in Continents. Tell me about it.
That was when you made your huge manatees joke.
That was a great one. The humanities.
For the blimp enthusiasts out there.
Yes. Everybody likes manatees. Especially sailors. If you know the history that sailors in the 1800s and manatees have, you will know that manatees have done their utmost to comfort our sailors in times of need.
I need more details.
You do not. Continue on, sir.
Okay.
Martha.
We learned Dawn of Mankind from Sarah.
Enjoyed Sarah and Dawn of Mankind.
She was a very nice person, had good humor about her. We acted stupid, and she just laughed.
And she allowed it.
She either thought we were stupid or she thought we were hilarious.
I can't tell. But since she was working...
She did it well.
Since she was working the booth, I bet she was just tolerating us.
She was at the Tasty Minstrel Games table.
I actually kind of like Dawn of Mankind.
It was okay, but it was very samey.
It is very samey.
You just go down the same routes like five times.
It's not a worker placement. You place a worker and then you follow this little trail. But the one action that I liked about it is that when your worker gets to the end of this little point, jumps on, takes the action, and has to stay there until you take an action to rest all your workers, to move them off the action spaces, or somebody else bumps your worker out. I kind of like that. I thought that was neat.
It wasn't bad.
For a light game.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Or I'll say, I don't know if the game was fun. We had fun while we played.
I will interject this, that if you're looking for a family level, not quite worker placement, but has some nice decisions and is somewhat engaging for 30 minutes, Dawn of Mankind by TMG, I actually liked it.
Literally action selection, like those little paths branched off and you just chose
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Go ahead.
Imperial Settlers, Empires of the North.
No. That is the game for which I cannot imagine it has gotten so much love. It was one that was on my list, and I'm glad you brought it up. I did not like it. The only thing I liked about that game is that our biggest fan taught it. Johnny Fan.
Do you?
Another great joke brought to you by Bullet.
I'm sure he's never heard that before.
He's never heard. Yeah, I made that joke twice while we were there. I think I was drinking while we were playing that game too. So go ahead.
People keep saying they like it better than Imperial. I played that. I came home and played Imperial. I like the original better.
I like the original better, and I don't really enjoy Imperial that much. I recognize it as being a good card game, but yeah, I'm with you on that. Imperial's a better game.
Oh, well, look at us.
We agree.
Yeah.
Welcome to rock bottom. Do you need anything? Oh, God. Go ahead.
And then the last game that I have for that day is Masters of Renaissance Lorenzo Il Magnifico - the card game. That's a long title.
Magnifico.
And it was. We'll go into that later. All right. Then Friday, the third day.
Friday.
Me and Jerry get up. We play Yukon Airways.
You always get up and play Yukon Airways.
Yes. I mean, I guess that's just a matter of.
Well, if you're
you have to be up first.
Yes,
I guess I didn't need to.
We didn't get up. I was making fun of you for saying that
in our
statement.
Sleep.
Yes.
We woke up, brushed our teeth, drank some coffee.
And
I went down and got my $20 Red Bull from the store downstairs
and went right to Yukon.
Some peanuts. And we played Yukon Airways, a game I'd never heard of before. But Jerry kept saying, "I've been seeing this." And I grabbed it. We played it. We loved it. Then we quit that. You went somewhere, and me and Bubba played War of the Worlds: The New Wave. Oh, my God.
Terrible.
A deck builder cliche.
I like War of the Worlds, the
movie? The thing? Tom Cruise?
Yes,
or the OG?
I like Tom Cruise because I liked it when he got captured by the alien walker.
Was that like one of the first ones I did, though? Whoa.
Yeah, and it sucked him up into its little rectum thing that they had there, and he blew it up.
Snake rectum!
Because he had the grenades with him, and he blew it up, and nobody really thought that was a weird scene.
That was like one of those movies, like, that was like the time when people were like, do we like Tom Cruise?
Do you like Tom Cruise?
I love Tom Cruise movies.
My calendar,
I don't know the man personally.
My calendar's set for Maverick.
Huh? Oh,
yeah, Top Gun, yeah.
Mission Impossible 4.
Mission Impossible anything.
Wait,
I'm done.
5.
I'm done. 6, 7, 8. I don't care. I'm done pretending like I don't like Tom Cruise. I like Tom Cruise.
I appreciate it.
I love Tom Cruise.
Oblivion.
I love it. Yes.
That was good.
That was good. Oblivion. I like even his the only one I haven't seen of his lately is The Mummy, and just because I won't see that because of Brendan Fraser.
In honor
of Brendan.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
His movie career.
Well, he didn't die, but his abs did. He got super fat there and tired and old and cranky.
But the game
body shaming.
Me and Bubba actually looked up the rules afterwards, and we actually played it wrong because I was basically just wiping the floor with Bubba was the humans, I was the aliens, and I was just attacking him nonstop with the same alien. You can't do that. I'll look that up later, but it doesn't make a difference. It is just a straight deck builder. Big deal. Then that's the day we played Paris New Eden. We discussed that already.
Yes.
And then after that, we showed Bubba and Enrique Yukon Airways,
which they enjoyed it thoroughly.
Everyone loved it as well. Then Saturday, my last day there, I played New Frontiers.
Yes.
The board game version of Race for the Galaxy.
And Roll for the Galaxy. And other galaxies. I love it.
I enjoyed it.
Would I buy it? It's very quaint. It was built as being a Race for the Galaxy / Puerto Rico kind of melding.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the presentation about it. I liked that it was very easy to learn. I have just purchased.
That was nice because what room were we in?
We were in that Rio Grande games room.
Like the guy literally sat with us and held my hand the whole way
and
through.
y'all made the same stupid dad jokes the whole time. Yeah, it was great.
And I liked it. I really liked it. I liked it better than I thought I would because I've never played Race for the Galaxy. I just heard about the icons all the time. I did not like Row for the Galaxy. That may have been because I was late and tired.
And it was just dice.
But this was a good game. Then our last game of the day, the last game of the day for me was Taverns of Tiffenthal. Another deck builder.
That'll give me heck about. Just because I halfway said I kind of sort of was comforted by it. I like the idea of running a tavern.
The theme is fine.
It's fine. It's not a great game. It's fine.
I did not enjoy it that
Okay,
much.
well, there you go.
The passing of the dice is completely
Nobody likes the
unnecessary.
passing of the dice.
Just roll them and play your own dice.
That's exactly.
It's stupid.
Free design advice brought to you by Bullet. And
Bullet right. And then I came home, played Imperial Settlers. I literally came home, played a solo game of Imperial. I'm like, which one do I like better? I like Imperial Settlers better. I love this. I say I love the solo. I always tell Sade not to use love so freely.
So what are you supposed to do freely? Not love. I don't love
forgive.
freely. Oh,
I forgive you on a frequent basis.
thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
And then me and Gina played Lost Cities. I talked to Gina. I was like, I just came home from BGG early. She wanted me to come home. I wanted to come home because we love each other.
You do.
We couldn't be apart for more than 3 days. We came home. We ran to each other in slow motion. His music played in the background.
Alanis Morissette.
Which song would that be?
I don't know what's the song that plays when the dogs are always sad in the commercials where they have the
That's
dogs.
not Alanis Morissette. That's
Sarah McLachlan.
Sarah McLachlan.
I'm sorry, I get them all mixed up. In the arms of an angel.
The arms of an angel.
Now we already got one hit against us because of Enya. You have to stop that. Enya is suing us twice.
Hey, and that was a good video.
That was a good video.
And we played Lost Cities. Rainer Knizia card game. She beat me quite handily. So, of all those games, again, I didn't play quite as many as I wanted to. I wanted to play Maracaibo. Didn't get to. There were several others on the list. But of my favorites,
Your favorite.
I really only had 3
Tell me them.
that stood out.
Tell me them softly.
Yukon Airways.
You really liked Yukon Airways.
I liked it a lot.
I found that for you.
You did, and I
did.
appreciate that very much. Yukon Airways, the second, Masters of the Renaissance.
I knew you liked that Masters of the Renaissance. I like that a lot.
I love
too.
that little marble
That
thing.
little marble thing. I'm going to talk about that marble thing here later.
And if I was to pick a third, from there, nothing really like just blew me away, but I enjoyed Paris New Eden, I guess.
Really? I enjoyed Paris New Eden as well.
It's one of those games, and I tried. I've
Words, please. Words.
I have been struggling with my relationship with Raiders of the North Sea.
You have. I've noticed
And
you
as
haven't
you can
spoke to
see-
it for a long time.
As you can see, the mat that I bought, the what is that, neoprene mat that
Neoprene.
came out, it's got all the expansion stuff on it. I love Raiders of the North Sea.
You do.
And it's in part, I don't even know if it's in part, it's a lot due to the artwork, the bright colors. It's just a pretty, pretty game.
It is pretty.
It's a race game. You collect things and it's a race to points. And I don't know if I need to delve deeper into it. I've played several games, but I'm also not a deep thinker like you. I just play games.
That's
and
right.
I will literally just like be collecting stuff and hope for the best. I don't have a path to victory. Every now and then I will choose something.
As long as you're gathering the right stuff, that's okay.
I will sometimes just like, you know what? I'm
But
going
if you're
for
in
that.
a hunter-gatherer tribe and you're gathering the wrong
I'm
stuff,
just gathering berries.
Gaby, what did you bring back? I got these rocks. And thus rock gardens were invented.
Does anyone need some fresh cow dung?
Well, you never know.
Well,
Nitrates.
Yes, a fire. You can start a fire. I love Raiders of the North Sea a lot because of the art. The Raiders of the North Sea soothes my soul.
It is soothing. I
say it's soothing. It's a soothsayer.
really don't like Raiders that much. I don't like it that much because it is what exactly as you described, and it's just not that type of game for me. But I respect it in the fact that why I'm saying
Respect.
respect
Why'd you pound your chest and give me a peace sign when you said
because I
that?
do that. Mainly because
Your voice deepened.
Hasbro just bought a rap company. Did you hear about that?
Bro, what?
Hasbro bought a record label that is rap. Have you not read this?
Hasbro did?
Hasbro.
What is it going to be called?
No. They purchased the rap label. Excuse me while I read you from the New York Post.
From Dr. Dre?
Hasbro acquires gangster rap label Death Row Records as part of a $4 billion deal. This includes such production labels as Tupac Shakur, I think I said that right,
Uh-huh.
Snoop Dogg, as well as Surge Night. I'm sorry. Shug.
Wow, you are so white.
Shut up. You shut up.
So white.
I didn't know.
Surge Knight?
Surge Night.
Sir Knight?
Sure not. Hey, Bubba's been working with me on this. I've been doing good. So this
he's the guy that held Vanilla Ice out over the balcony with his ankles and said, "Hey, you need to stop."
Death Row Records was founded in 1991 by Suge Knight, the DOC, and Dr. Dre. So there was two doctors.
I thought he was involved.
There were
Death
two
Row.
doctors involved in this.
Two doctors.
You would think that the record label would
PhDs,
but Hasbro bought it. Hasbro, who now runs Peppa Pig, also runs.
Oh my God!
Owns Tupac. Wrap your mind around that.
Wrap your mind around that.
R.I.P. Rip torn. Rap torn.
I had something I was going to say, but you really threw me off.
I'm sorry.
Of that.
Raiders of the North Sea.
Oh, so
I have respect for it.
My point was, as I appreciate the beauty that is Raiders of the North Sea, Paris New Eden kind of hurt my brain
a little bit,
but it's beautiful.
It's very nice and very colorful, and it has a nice presentation. I think Bubba made the point that it needs an expansion, that needs more to it. I tend to agree with that, but
there's only like 5 or 6 spots to do things at.
Yes, but it's light enough in its actions, but it's punishing enough in its presentation. Like, you have to really plan ahead. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was a good game. It certainly stood out to me as well.
So Did I just mention the games I liked?
You said Paris New Eden,
I did.
Masters of the Renaissance, and Yukon Airways. If you had
my favorite
gun to your head, which
Masters.
one? Oh, okay. You answered my question really fast.
Real quick.
I like that. So you like Masters that much?
I love that game.
What?
And we'll probably might go into more detail later, but
it's
thematically,
Simone Luciani.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it's super abstract.
Doesn't make no. It's just.
But that marble thing.
It's a setting.
That marble thing. That marble thing.
Marbles.
Wow. Who designed that?
I saw somebody say Marbles of the Renaissance. That's what it should have been called.
It's what it is.
I mean, but that's not because there are 3 actions you can take. You can are we going? Well, are we going to do a podcast? We are going
to get that game.
So, but Masters, bar none, hands down, my favorite game of the con.
Wow.
Even though I played Yukon Airways like twice.
Wow.
And you played Paris New Eden like 5 times.
Wow. I like that guy. What is he? Owen Wilson's not doing anything.
90% excited, 10% scared.
Yeah.
Or is it 90% scared, 10% excited? Armageddon.
He was in Armageddon.
Yes, he died very quickly.
Wow.
When they landed on the asteroid.
Hey, before
Armageddon or Deep Impact?
We've had this discussion, like episode 23, and I'll remind our listeners that Deep Impact is a thinking man's Armageddon. And it's okay to like Armageddon, but just realize that they're in no way, shape, or form easier to teach.
You gotta have a good soundtrack
to teach oil drillers to become astronauts, as opposed to teaching astronauts how to be oil drillers.
I mean, what do you got? You put a suit on and just don't die.
Don't die.
You riding the rocket. It's the guys on the ground, boots on the ground. That's what gets you there.
Okay.
They had the pilots flying them.
Yeah.
Literally all they had to do was ride.
Yes.
And not die.
And operate in a
Owen
vacuum.
Wilson failed at that.
Well, they crashed. They crashed, if I remember correctly.
And who crashed? The NASA pilot. They should have taught the oil riggers how to fly, and they'd have made it.
Oh, that does bother me.
Roughnecks.
Makes me think of like a Star Wars. It really bothers me that like all of a sudden Luke Skywalker can fly in an X-wing. I'm the only person that's mildly bothered by that. It's like never.
He's got the Force,
but it's never implied that he's flown
flew a
before.
land speeder.
That's not.
He shot a womp rat from 50 yards away.
That doesn't make. They didn't have yards. They had parsecs, which are not measures of distance. Furlongs. I shot a womp rat 3 furlongs away. Hey, I was going to thank Jason Dinger, the designer. Jason Dinger gave us custom hardwood dice trays. A dice tray that has air in it that when you bounce the dice, it bounces around.
Very nice.
Jason Dinger is the designer of
COTG.
What?
COTG.
Oh, Captains of the Gulf.
Yeah.
I forget you like your acronyms. He's also designing other games right now that he's not allowed to talk about, but they're all having to do with fish or shrimp and things of that nature, I believe.
I think so.
He is the Creole Martin Wallace. and we played Riverboat, which was suggested to us by one of our fans. Trevor Franklin. He wouldn't shut up about Riverboat, about how great it is.
Riverboat.
Have you heard of Riverboat? Have you played Riverboat?
Oh my God, Trevor.
Okay, well, Trevor, we played Riverboat.
We freaking love it.
I love Riverboat. A matter of fact, as I was looking for
just kidding, Trevor.
Jason Dinger sent me his copy of Riverboat.
You think people need to know, like, when you're just kidding? Because
JK?
You never know. Hashtag JK.
I have been told.
Laughy face.
I have been
LOL.
told that you've told me in the past, as has my wife, as had others, that I don't understand sarcasm.
You don't get it. Because sometimes on the phone, I'll say stuff and you just like flat roll right over it. I'm like, he did not understand what I just said. You didn't get my tone.
I often will joke about
you
stuff.
Look me in the face.
And people won't understand what I'm joking about.
That's true.
But then again, I joke about dark things.
Like what?
Like riverboats.
Black holes.
Riverboats. Oh, I did not.
The Black Hole is on Disney Plus.
I did not like
and I tried to watch it.
Pulsar 248.49, whatever that was, 28.49.
Soul Train.
I did. Soul Train. You dropped the ball on that one.
We said that. It's okay.
Sushi.
You know what? Jerry likes some games that I don't like. I like some games Jerry don't like. Soul Train can like a game that we don't necessarily care for.
Well, he can play Underwater Cities and realize he's wrong.
I told him that, though.
Okay, there you go.
He's got it sitting on the shelf. He just ain't played it yet.
Well, take it off your shelf. But Riverboat. I love Riverboat.
We're still talking about Riverboat?
It's made by Michael Kiesling. Michael Keaton? I'm
Batman.
And Jason Dinger sent it to me as a gift.
Jason, my God. Why is he so nice?
He sent me wood and Riverboats. So
he wants you to build a riverboat.
I don't know. I mean, as much.
Take a hint.
Well, he does. Yeah.
Start.
Okay, I can do it.
What was that?
I can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, I can build a riverboat.
How would you start? With the paddles?
No.
The windmill paddles?
Well, technically,
what do they call the thing in the back that goes?
The little water thing?
The paddles?
The water mill?
The water mill on the boat?
I don't know.
How is that propelled? Like, what feeds that?
Well,
what makes it turn?
The current of the water moves into it and then it turns. And then it can.
It's not just turning something. It has to be propelled.
Well, you can have fire. Didn't fire like steam?
Fire going to propel the paddles?
Steam. That's how nuclear power plants work.
Okay.
They turn water into steam.
They got big paddles?
Yes, and they have paddles. Didn't you watch Chernobyl? That's what happened. The paddle broke, and that's why the Ukrainians had so much trouble, because the paddle broke and Chernobyl and history, man.
History.
What?
Hashtag history.
I'm about to get deep.
There you go. Let's talk about Chernobyl.
Riverboat. Michael Kiesling. Jason Dinger's favorite Michael Kiesling is Porta Nigra.
I'm Batman.
So he went ahead and sent us this because he's going to tank his time playing Porta Nigra, which we hate.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's
the same guy?
Same guy.
He made Riverboat and Porta Nigra.
He also made Azul.
Which one did he make first, I wonder?
He made Azul.
Really?
He made Mexica. He made Tikal, which I enjoyed.
Never played
Heaven
that one.
and L, which I did not enjoy. And Coal Baron, which I love.
Oh, Kiesling, you're 50 batting 500.
I'm telling you.
Wait. I mean, technically.
I don't know softball terms. Coal Baron.
50-50.
Coal Baron or Riverboat off the top of your head?
Coal Baron.
You think?
I like Coal Baron. Well, okay. Let me be honest with you.
Okay, be honest with me.
Your face. I've only played Riverboat once. I played Coal Baron like 5 times. So right now I like Coal Baron.
I'm leaning a little bit more towards Riverboat, but I'll see.
Coal Baron is just so smooth.
It is smooth. Like Sunday morning. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other things. This is the Board Game Snobs podcast. We thank all of our listeners.
We do thank you.
And
thanks for chiming in on our Instagrams.
And we're going to try
our Facebooks.
We're going to try to fix our logo
on our Twitters. We're going to try and spot. This is the thing.
This is going to be super spicy.
I got on Apple.
Habanero.
And I'm like, how do we
spicy? How
do we boost our stuff? And they're like, oh well, your logo's got to pop.
We don't have talent, so we got to go into this logo thing really hard.
So
nudity's not allowed, and we can't. So there's not much we can do.
And I'm like, well, we have a black and white logo. It's not really eye catching. I mean, I love it because it's like that's us. That's our logo.
It's classic.
Our OG, and the people have pretty much said that. But they did like the A of all the ones. But you agree? I agree. It's like too old school, like sports team, which is kind of cool. In its own way, in a retro 90s way.
I don't want to be on a softball team.
It's a lot of blue. I don't like all the blue. Like the Board Game Snobs didn't really pop different than the guy. So we're trying to figure it out still. So if any of you are graphic designers and would like to just donate your services to our logo,
No, we'll pay you $5.
Jerry will pay you $5.
Send you $5 and some good info.
And then we'll set up a Patreon so that we can get that $5.
25 cents. Everybody wants to sponsor.
You broke my table again.
I broke the table again. You got to sign us off.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode.
I gotta get me more
we thank you for everybody that chimes in on all of our social medias. It's a little hectic, but you know, I posted that on Facebook, and it's like a completely different crowd than Instagram, which is a completely different crowd than Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to be on all three.
You have to.
It's tough.
And TikTok. We need to get on that TikTok.
And the snaps. I asked about the snaps.
If we can get
Snapchats.
we got to capture this young demographic.
Apparently, that's just the kids.
They like that Suge Knight.
Oh my God! All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.